What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back. Week 4 of the cleanup phase. This is the final week of just pulling the physique together. We're starting to see what we've been working for every day, day in, day out, for the last 5 months, seeing everything tighten up. It is an awesome, awesome process. Also, have a big announcement today. But first, we are going to go over our updates. It is also allergy season in New York. We are flooded with pollen, but that is not stopping me from doing anything that I need to get done, checking the boxes with conviction every single day. That is what it's about. No matter how you're feeling, no matter what. Yes, sometimes you need to take an extra rest, but feeling pretty good. Muscles feel good overall. Recovery's been good, just a little bit stuffed up, which sucks. Perks of living in New York in the spring. But week 4, final week of the cleanup phase. Here are some updates that we got. So we were down about 1.5 pounds this week. We're 192.5 pounds. So Sunday to Sunday, down 1.5 pounds, which is great. 23 pounds over our stage weight. So we're going to bring in week 4 with the same plan since Monday. So we updated on Monday. So it's been 5 days now. Today's Saturday. So it's been 5 days of this. On training days, we're at 3,246 calories. And I'll get you guys the carb amount on that. So we're down to 382 carbs, 66 fat, 288 protein on training days. Non-training days, we're at 283 carbs, 66 fat, 261 protein, 2,773 calories. Cardio is the same, 5 times a week on the Stairmaster, level 9 and 10, 20 minutes, 10 to 12K steps daily. I typically go over that just because the weather's a little bit warmer. I like to be moving around, and coach has no issues with that. I also just I don't like to sit, so I'm not someone who can just sit still. I like to be moving around most of the day. Conditioning is way better. Physique is really starting to tighten up, which is great. But on to our big announcement. So, a lot of long and hard thinking about exactly what that I wanted to do. So, we are officially a year out from our next show. We're going to take the next year to go through a couple more growth phases, put on as much mass as possible. We're going to aim to compete in May next year. Probably going to do the New York Pro, obviously the amateur division. But I'd be competing this weekend next year. Shout out to everyone competing today that competed yesterday. Truly rewarding process. Know a ton of people out there. And I'm going to train my ass off today for everyone stepping on that stage. So we will be there soon enough. I'm enjoying the process, feeling really good. My goal is to put on like at least 15 pounds of stage weight between my last show and this show. So I don't want to step on stage under 185 this year coming up. So 2027 is going to be a big year. We're going to do a full season. So that'll be the first show. We'll probably rip into another 2 or 3 shows. And we will see where it takes us. Ultimate goal is to qualify for a pro show by the end of 2028. So 2 years to qualify for a pro show. But what does that look like? Same things. Eating your food, getting your steps in, holding yourself accountable, putting in the work in the gym, training effort and intensity. This has been a really good week of training, and we have my leg day today. So I'm going to take you guys through a walkthrough of my leg day, exactly what I'm doing. I've been dealing with a little bit of lower back pain just from RDLs last week, so we'll see how those feel today. Might pull those off today and do something else for hamstrings. Even if it is still a hinge, just do something supported. But yeah, guys, you can always work around anything. I'm not saying if you tear something, you probably don't want to train it, but if you're dealing with little nicks and dings, like, you can just do another exercise. Just make sure you're training. Push your intensity. And what intensity is pushing the muscle to failure, not just beating yourself up in the gym. Nowadays, I don't walk out of the gym absolutely trashed, except for on legs, because if you're pushing legs, like, you're absolutely trashed. This is my favorite day, and most people say if legs is your favorite day, you're not training hard enough. But for me, that's why I love legs. Is I walk out of the gym and I am spent. When I'm doing like a push session, like, yeah, I feel good when I leave the gym. Really nice pump. It's cool to look and see what you're looking like, and I love it. But when I leave the gym on a leg day and you're just crawling out of the gym, it is the best feeling. So we're about an hour and 45 minutes out from training, so I'm going to start sipping on my pre-workout coffee. Still, this is the only caffeine I drink for the day. My 2 coffees. One before I do my morning walk, and then one before I train. Wow, that was hot. But yeah, not too much today. Just really wanted to bring you guys that update. I'm excited to have a plan to step on stage, and we'll be counting down the days and seeing the physique progress, and just super happy with how this cleanup phase went. Overall, should be down about 6 to 7 pounds in 4 weeks. But the physique looks way, way different. And I'll put in a picture of just the 3-week difference because we still got 1 week left. We're heading into the final week, the final dig. And then we'll see what the next few months hold for us. Probably go into a health phase, pull back a little bit on everything. And then we are going to go for another push, which I'm so excited for. I cannot wait to start putting some size on. I truly love every phase, but right now my body just like wants to grow. And after my last prep, which was super, super rough with really low calories, like lower than most people, and 7 to 8 hours of cardio a week, I'm not ready mentally to go back into a prep. Granted, the next one will not be anything like this because I'm going to be coming from a much better starting point, but definitely not ready to take it there yet. I treat my off season like prep, like everything is still dialed in. My meal times, my steps, my cardio, still haven't even had an off-plan meal since my show. I don't want one. I just feel so much better eating my whole foods, and when I have an off-plan meal, I'll know like the next day, like my appetite and digestion feels off. It's just like I like my whole foods, and I've been enjoying the food variety that I'm on right now. So I really don't even need anything else to change. But with that being said, we're going to go cook up our pre-workout meal, much smaller now. It's 150 grams of white rice cooked, 133 grams of chicken, 33 grams of avocado, and 75 grams of banana with cinnamon. If you haven't put banana and cinnamon in your rice when you heat it up, you are missing out truly. I started doing that on prep, and on prep we crave weird shit. But that is just a meal that has stuck with me since I started doing it. I absolutely love it. So give that a shot. It's a really, really good pre-workout fuel if you're eating whole foods before you train. So try that out, and I'll see you guys on the way to the gym. Alrighty, guys, we are getting ready to head over to the gym. We got a leg day. Today is my main hamstring day, so a little bit more posterior work today. So session today, quick rundown. We're doing lying hamstring curls. We got 4 sets there. The reason we're doing 4 sets there is plan calls for 6 sets of hamstrings. And then we got RDLs after. I only like to do 2 sets of RDLs. After that, I'm kind of just spent. my hamstrings and core is just done after 2 heavy sets of RDLs. I've seen performance drop so much on that 3rd set. So I would rather be able to put in effort for 4 sets on the hamstring curl versus trying to push a 3rd set that's not really doing much for me on the RDLs. Then we got my favorite exercise of the day. We got my leg press. Might be going for a PR today. We're going to see how the body's feeling once we start warming up. After that, we got our hip thrusts. So that is my one glute exercise for the week. That also helps hit the upper hamstring tie-in. Then we got leg extensions, some abductor work, and then don't forget about your calves. So your calves need to be trained with the same intensity as every other muscle group. So many people just go through the motions, bounce around on calf machines. It's like control, squeeze, push. Take your sets close to failure. You have to put in effort when it comes to your calf training. Otherwise, that's the reason you're not seeing growth. Another thing I've been doing for the last few months is pausing every rep in the stretch position, on calves especially. We spend so much time in the contracted position just walking around all day. So it's really much more of a novel stimulus for the calf in the stretch position. So I've seen pretty good growth in my calves just from doing that. And yeah, just taking every exercise with intent, and that goes for any muscle group that you're doing. Like if it's not hard, you're not training right. Like you should feel it. Your muscles should be done. This is one of my favorite workouts of the week. I will say my quad day is my absolute favorite. This is probably number 2, really just because I love the pivot press. That is my favorite exercise. You can load it up a lot, and it honestly just destroys me. I absolutely love it. It's one of those movements where I'm like, my legs are absolutely cooked by the end of the set. So looking forward to getting after it on those today. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll bring you guys through pretty much the entire workout today as much as I can. And we'll do a voiceover, give you guys some tips of what I'm thinking about during these exercises, during these sets. Anything that I'm doing that is helping me grow and actually hit the target muscle. So like you'll see on my leg extensions, we're doing a 1-second pause, and on my hamstring curls, a 1-second pause, just to really make sure that we're getting that good contraction, turning the muscle on and actually using it. It's another movement that people just go through the motion and swing around. Like anyone could just swing around on a leg extension or leg press. All right, just go 100 miles an hour. That's fine. But yeah, I'm excited for today. I'm gonna take you through the entire workout, and let's get after it. Alrighty, guys. So I was trying to film my other sets. I had already done hamstring curls and RDLs, and it just was not working. Too many people in the gym. Too many people walking through, and like I'm not mad about that. It's a public gym. I would never get mad at someone walking in front of a video. It's just they were not coming out good. So this is all I got for you guys. Was my leg press PB. So this is a personal best. Really good tempo control. Went up 10 pounds from last week. Dug for this set. So as you guys see, I'm really locking my hips down to the pad and only working in the range of motion where my quads are working. What I mean by that is when you get to the bottom, if you feel your hips rolling off of the leg press, you are no longer using your legs to push the weight. You are using your lower back. So I'm only working an active range of motion, and that is still a huge range of motion. My calves are still smashing my hamstrings. Also, I'm not allowing my knees to drive out as much as I used to. Only because I really want to keep the focus of this exercise right on my quads. So I think about bringing my knees to my shoulders, and again, keeping my core braced the entire time, pulling my belly button through the pad, not changing posture as much as possible, and controlling it on the way down. And then you're going to think like a gas pedal. So when you drive your car at the bottom of a rep, that's when you're stepping on your gas pedal. Now you don't just floor your gas pedal, so you want to feel the muscle turn on and then push it. And then you guys can watch me dive for a minute here. That was a really, really tough set, but I wanted that PR. Definitely the best technique I've had on this, and it was just awesome. Alrighty, guys, quick session debrief. That was a crazy session today. And when I say crazy session, it doesn't mean that I was bouncing off the walls and jumping around and stupid things like that. All it means is we've really dialed into our muscle, and my hair is a disaster. You know it's a good leg day when your face looks like this after. Like, that was an awesome session. So every exercise really felt the target muscle working. Might have been upside down for a second, sorry guys. Every exercise really felt the muscle working. Absolutely crushed it. Wow, I can't even think after that leg day. That was just nuts. Super crowded gym, so I couldn't film too much. I guess because the New York Pro's in town, there's just a lot of people in the gym today. Also, it's kind of not a great day out. It's raining, so people who don't actually train just choose to train when there's nothing else to do, and hence that's why the gym is a little bit more crowded. Nonetheless, awesome session. Really pushed it. Wow, so wish I could have filmed more of it for you guys. Honestly, like big PR on the leg press was nice, but everything else just kept weights the same as last week for the most part. Pulled back on a couple just to really feel the target muscle again. Like, get the theme: control, squeeze, push yourself. But if you guys like this video, like, subscribe, comment, support the channel. Looking forward to this post-workout meal right now. Check out Core Nutritionals, best supplements in the game, and Pride Foods, best cream of rice. That is my post-workout meal right now.
Code John10 on both of those. Thank you for supporting, and see you guys soon. John out.